Alaye, what camphor? One very weary. Hey, you arrest me upon owing me money. What is it with this Minister David Umahi, by the way, and women, especially strong women? Like, what is it to go? I really am trying to understand the peripheral level of this equation. What is his problem? Who uses the police to settle a civil debt dispute? This is an abuse of power. And if anybody should arrest anybody, it should be the woman that you allegedly owe money that will arrest you now. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, Auntie Tracy Nida Nicholas Ohiri said that this minister has been owing her 25.4 million naira since 2014. She said for supplying him with campaign materials. At that time, he was the deputy governor at that time, and later he became governor for 8 years. And now the woman is saying that this money is worth 250 million naira. A lot of people were saying, okay, where's the contract that you signed? The receipts or something, you know? Let's not forget that this woman has been making videos calling him out. I've seen the videos that she made when it was 9 years. So this woman has actually been speaking out for a long time. Now, it's not just about that. She also alleged that the minister wanted to do kiss with her. I was like, what? Shut up! You owe me money. Now you want kiss? You know, you kiss me, I kiss you. I was like, minister. Allegedly. Anyways, to cut the long story short, she was arrested in Lagos. And they quickly took her to Abuja. That is kidnapping now. They said on cyberbullying and defamation related claims because she made the accusations publicly. Now this man is telling us he didn't do anything with that. He's not the one behind it. He's insisting that he did not deploy the police to arrest this woman. He said that the officers acted on a petition from his lawyer. Does he think that we are primary school pupils? Like, who sent the lawyer to write the petition? By the way, he denied knowing this woman. In fact, he had a meeting with the police. That was where Showore confronted him. And he said at the meeting, allegedly, that how can a whole me date this thing? And I was like, yeah. Referring to a human being as this thing? Can you imagine? Pride goes before a fall. Anyways, the matter has been under investigation, and they arraigned this woman quickly for defamation. But thank God for the power of the people. She has been granted bail. The video is online, guys, because when they decided to take this woman to prison, she now collapsed. So they were treating her at the hospital, and this policeman came to the hospital. I was like, everyone on me. What's that? So the people rallied around her. Shout out to Boy, you did really well, honestly. Thank you. God bless you. Every country needs a Shure. I swear. I saw Mama P. By the way, I saw Senator Iriti. I was like, my mother, let me kneel down for you. This is what we've been saying. These are the kind of things we want to see you champion. You're not for you. And of course, VDM was there as well. Shout out to VDM. And so they all went there. They protested on her behalf. And it's not just the popular people that went to fight for her. There were so many Nigerians there that we don't know their names. But we saw you on the screen. We saw you on Plasma TV fighting for this woman, shouting, "A people united can never be defeated." And that was what happened. They didn't really chase the police. Well, let me not say they chased them, but they escorted them out. You know the funny thing, when the police were leaving, I saw one of their vehicles and I was like,
one by one, one by one,
this one is police vehicle. The devil is like, in fact, they should be the one out there protesting. The police should be the one protesting. Why should police vehicle look like this? Are they well paid? At some point, the police officers, the top organs, they turned back. They said that the coast is clear, that she can be granted bail, and so she'll be able to go home after her treatment. And so the people escorted them back inside, and they signed the papers that she should leave after her treatment, which is wonderful. Thank you so much for that. By the way, and this is on the side, I just want to say that even though we're all condemning the minister for this, I feel like this lifestyle of borrowing money and not paying it back is becoming like a norm in Nigeria, and it's so embarrassing. It's so shameful. There are so many Nigerians that will borrow money. Like, it's okay to condemn what our leaders are doing, but so many of us are also doing this. There are so many people that will borrow money and they don't even have the intention of returning this money, but they will promise heaven and earth that they will return done it, but they never do. So the question is, so many of you that are condemning the minister, don't be upset that I'm asking this, but is it possible that any of you is also owing somebody money? You will borrow money from somebody, and then when the person asks for their money back, you say, how much Gogo did you give me? And it's like, are you Baby, what the heck? And in fact, some people even believe that the person that lent them money doesn't really need it. When it's time to pay back, they will be like, maybe you have more. Can you imagine telling the person that owns something that they don't need, something that belongs to them? That's an insult. Let's not do that. There are some of you that borrowed money when you wanted to leave Nigeria. You said you needed it to buy a plane ticket. You will pay it back as soon as you settle. How many of you have paid it back? That is why I thank God for Lemfi. Download Lemfi. They will make it possible for you to pay your debt. If you are in the US, Canada, Australia, or the UK, you can use to send money to Nigeria, Ghana, Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Cameroon, Gambia, and so on and so forth. But on a serious note, guys, this minister should actually be under investigation, because it's not just about the Coastal Road Wahala, the fact that he demolished homes belonging to Nigerians in the diaspora and other nationals that wanted to invest in Nigeria. But there are other allegations that has been swept under the carpet, like the linen engineers that were killed in Ebonyi State when he was governor. If you don't know that story, the abduction and killing of 5 consultant engineers working for the African Development Bank, how they were kidnapped by hoodlums, allegedly working for Umahi when he was the governor. These 5 engineers working with an Enugu-based consultant engineering firm on the African Development Bank funded Abakaliki Ring Road project. It was a $150 million project that could literally transform Ebonyi. Unfortunately, the linen consulting engineers were abducted on the 3rd of November 2021. Now, the story says that even prior to their disappearance, that there had been several tensions between these linen consultants and the governor at the time. The governor allegedly insisted on controlling contractor payments and instructions, which is contrary to what the contract said. So a lot of people believe that he wanted his own cut of this $150 million, but those people refused to play ball. They wanted to stick to the project. And because he was upset, at some point he demanded that they return all the project vehicles, all the vehicles provided for them to do this project in his state. He took all the vehicles. I think he only left them with 1 vehicle. And so these people were kidnapped. Everybody was looking for them. What's happening? They were kidnapped on the 3rd of November. And then during a Security Council meeting on the 30th of November, the governor announced that these 5 engineers abducted by the notorious Eza warriors had been killed and that they've been buried in Ebonyi State. And people were like, what do you mean buried? Like, wait, come again? Like, how? No room for investigation? How can you bury them like that so quickly? And these people were not even from Ebonyi State. And to worsen matters, a source in the state alleged that these consultants were not just killed, that their bodies were burnt, perhaps as a cover-up, I don't know. And then their burnt corpses were hurriedly and secretly buried. There was no ceremony. Nobody was allowed to come and witness their burial. They were all buried in Ebonyi State, depriving their family members access to their dead bodies. Like I said, they are not from Ebonyi. 3 of them were from Anambra State, 2 from Enugu State, but they were killed in Ebonyi and buried quickly in Ebonyi. And so till today, people still talk about the linen consultants. You will hear people saying, don't talk about Umayu. Remember the linen engineers. Keep quiet too. No matter what he does to you, remember the linen engineers. That's why this woman kept saying, you cannot kill me. And she will also say, if anything happens to me, guys, it is David Umahi. And so this happened since 2021. No investigation, nothing. Nobody is accusing him of being the one behind the killings, but he should be investigated. Instead, we made him a minister. And so while we are shouting about all his atrocities, all the things that he's doing late, let's just put everything out there. These families have not been able to move on since then. They can't even fight for their rights. What do you mean kidnap? They are working for the African Development Bank. They are working with the government. Who is going to kidnap them without the knowledge of the government? And then to get another call that, oh, they've been killed and they've been buried. Imagine the children, imagine the wives, imagine the mothers, the fathers of these engineers. Umahi needs to be investigated.